What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. I'm Coach Jay, that's Coach Rob, and we have a very special guest we have been telling y'all for a couple weeks. Tune into today because Mr. Blaise Priester has joined us for this episode, and we are super excited, super pumped about it. Blaise.
But first. I'm thirsty over here, Coach.
All right, you get thirsty.
I'm getting thirsty.
Former LSU Tiger, should get a ring this year. New commit to Southeastern. Congratulations on that.
Absolutely.
And, man, we're pumped. Look, I talked to you a little bit at the golf tournament, and, me and Coach Rob here followed you and was pulling for you big time come LSU baseball season. We've been sitting here for about 25 minutes just kind of talking about what we're going to go over, what we're going to talk about, these kind of things. So be free, be you. Don't feel like you have to answer every question if you don't want to.
This is Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. Okay. Yeah. So that is the name. We got a flag. We didn't put unfiltered on there. I don't know why.
You should have.
Actually, you know what?
Unfiltered on that.
You know what? My wife made that flag.
It's not her fault.
Not her fault.
It's not her fault.
You can't blame her.
But man, we're super excited today because
I was ready to.
we get
I
firsthand
love her to
knowledge
death.
on a lot of stuff here today that we could talk about. So, Blaise, kind of tell us about yourself, man. Let's hear.
Well, kind of a small town boy. I grew up in Denham. So I was about in kindergarten, and me and my family we moved to Watson. We lived there ever since. I went to Live Oak High.
That's a good move. Moving from Denham to Watson to go to Live Oak.
I went to Live Oak my whole life.
Oh, okay. So in Denham, you were in Live Oak School District?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then we finally we moved to Melrose Avenue. I lived in that house for 14 years of my whole life.
Yeah.
And then finally, now we live 10 whole minutes from the other house. We moved from one house to another house, and we still live in Watson today. Kind of just, I get rowdy. I like to drive mud.
Yeah, the typical look. I don't want to say it. The typical Livingston Parish,
Thank you.
right?
Just a good old backwoods country boy. I mean, that's all there is.
That's all it is.
Put us on a four-wheeler and just let us do our thing.
Did you say us?
Yeah, dude,
You at the East Ascension, bud.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, see?
Still a country
See?
boy. I ain't gonna wear a cowboy hat, but you put a four-wheeler in front of me. I'm
East
gonna
Ascension.
wreck it into something.
I mean, 100%. But East Ascension is located in the city of Gonzales. At least I went to Dutchtown, where it's in the town of Geismar. It's not the city. Well, is it the city of Geismar?
Yeah, so you went to Baton Rouge
Son
South.
of a bitch. Anyway.
You went to Baton Rouge South.
But
Yeah, 100%.
I played baseball and football growing up my whole life. Once baseball kind of got bigger in my junior year, I said, "The hell with that shit."
Yeah.
Just focus on one.
Focus, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I would love to hear those Live Oak linebacker stats. Would love to hear those stats.
yeah,
How many dislocated shoulders? That's what I want to know.
for me or for other people?
Okay.
Oh,
See,
what-
there you go.
Yes.
There you go.
That is awesome.
How many people I sent to the hospital? 4.
100%. So glad I did not play football.
um,
Strictly baseball.
but no, I played both growing up. But once baseball got bigger, and going into my senior years when I actually started to really get big, become an actual physical specimen.
Right.
And then it's kind of also whenever pro became into an effect, and then I had a good senior year. I hit I think it was 12 or 15 homers and hit over 400 and didn't really give a shit about baseball. I didn't give a shit about stats, none of that bullshit.
Right.
And I still don't. I play with the Rug and I hit I'm hitting I think 180. But
Well,
I lead the league in pumps and RBIs. I don't care.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Just put a bat in my hand and a glove in my hands behind
Jersey
the plate.
on, pants, belt, glove.
Just let me get out there. Yeah, just let me get out. Yeah.
And that's really how I've always thought of baseball. It doesn't have to be a serious game. You look at Dominicans, look at Mexicans. They're
having
It's
a
free.
great.
It's just a free game.
It's a free game. Absolutely.
I mean, there's a reason why they call it the kids' game. I mean, that's what it is.
Think about back when you were 10 years old. You ever
Playing for the Ascension Marlins.
but how much fun did you have, and how many cares did you have?
Yeah.
Oh,
0.
I don't know. I
The
really
only
like.
care I had was about winning. All I
Yeah,
wanted to
all I
do was
cared
get
about
that
was
$2 ring and feel
Well,
like
see,
I
we
did
didn't
something.
we didn't have rings till 14 years old, and at 14,
Okay, well, then the necklace, whatever. The hell
never.
that-
No,
yeah,
we had
well,
physical trophies. I think I might have been. I think I was 12 when we got our like first like plaque.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. Yeah.
something silly.
Who you played? Correct me if I'm wrong, but did you play travel ball for the Knights organization?
I played. Okay, so I'll run you through that. I played travel ball. I started travel ball when I was 9 years old.
Mhm.
I played for the Wolves, Louisiana Wolves. Then I went to Velocity. I played with Velocity from 10 to 12.
Okay.
And then I played for New Orleans Coaches Association, NOCA, from 13 to 18. But in between that, I played also with the Knights. So
Okay.
I would just kind of pick up with the Knights
Right.
every once in a while. And like senior year, we went to Florida. Went to not Jupiter, Fort Myers, Florida.
Right.
I picked up with them. That's whenever my name kind of got bigger in baseball.
Was Tyler Leary around?
I know Tyler Leary.
Okay, yeah. So I coached with the Knights for 2 years. I coached 11s and 12s.
You probably have me as an umpire.
Oh God, this was.
If you're talking,
But this was 3-4 years ago. I think all the
umpired my
kids.
senior year of high school.
Okay, well then
there you go.
I'm
right
gonna
on
give
track.
you. I don't want to flip you off, but we had some pretty bad umpires that were especially in.
Did y'all play at Live Oak?
I think one tournament. I think we played one tournament at Live Oak. That's a badass
He's that
facility,
That's
Dude.
me right here.
dude.
He is the angel compost of that tournament.
Dude, that
Hey,
when I,
hey, I told at the meeting at home plate, I said, "Look, I'm hungover. I just came from a party. Tell your kids to swing because it's going to be from white to white,
that is
titties to knees.
amazing.
All right?
That's it.
That's
That's
what I
it.
said.
Yes.
Absolutely, 100%, and I agree,
And what did their kids not do? They didn't swing,
dude. That
Strike
was
one, strike two.
there was
sit
nothing.
down.
There was nothing more than I hated than I would literally go up to umpires before the game started and go, "Hey, look, if you got a pitch that's 3 inches off the black, 3-4 inches, ring them up, especially on 0-2 count."
Yeah.
Because I want to teach my kids to protect at the plate, which to me was an issue this year. I think with most of college baseball, it wasn't just LSU, it wasn't just SEC. It was most of college baseball. You see a lot of guys looking almost to take walks now, and
Well, because every umpire is like graded now on the
Yeah.
TrackMan thing,
Right.
yeah,
and me personally, it's not baseball anymore. It's
No.
technology.
It's analytics and it's technology and
Yeah,
it's
and
it's gotten too focused. I agree so much with this.
Like the minor leagues, like you get to challenge pitches now. Like what
Yeah.
the fuck is that about?
that's
and
the
Major League
ABS
just
system.
announced that's coming possibly next year.
Yeah,
What the hell
and you
is
know
this
what?
about?
And you know what? If it does, I hope it comes to MLB The Show because I throw a pitch. I throw a pitch that's half on, half off, and it gets called a ball. And I'm so pissed off because
Oh,
with the ABS system, if it is touching the black, it's a strike.
Yeah.
It's a strike, and it pisses me off. Because I got freaking Nolan Ryan pumping 103 on the mound in a full count, and he paints one on the black, and the guy takes, and it's ball 4. I'm pissed off. I'm legitimately irritated when I'm playing online. I swear, I am, dude.
I agree so much with the umpire stuff that's happening nowadays. It's
Robotic umpires are coming.
Yes,
Yep.
an automatic strike zone's coming.
Like
Probably 2027 in the bigs. We're going to see an automatic strike zone.
Yeah.
There's not going to be challenges anymore. There'll be a home plate umpire strictly for safe out, fair foul.
yeah,
At the plate.
I think
But
he'll
it won't
call
be for balls and strikes.
No, but I think it'll be like how the minors is. He'll call balls and strikes, but then they get it.
yeah. They get
That'll be next year, 2027. We're going to see automatic balls and strike calls.
I just think that you want to speed up the game or slow it down.
I hate the pitch clock.
I absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
It-
The
like,
thing that made
I
baseball
understand like nobody wants to sit through a 5-hour game. Like I get that.
Right.
Okay.
Hold on. There's select few that would love to.
Okay. So like few would love to, but like Jay Johnson's first year, my freshman year, our first game was literally like 4.5 hours because we took forever, and like that was
Right.
fine. Like And
Well,
I
it
enjoyed
used to be, a pickoff show, right? If you
Well, yeah.
you had a guy on, you might see one pitch, but there's 5 pickoffs within that at bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now in the big leagues, you're allowed, what, 2?
And then
the
you got to
third
pitch.
Yeah.
one-
The third one, you
the
have to
third
get him
one,
out.
You have to get him out, or
If
even
not,
second base.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Or it's an automatic ball.
Yeah. I mean, like, I understand they like to, like, they're trying to speed up the game. So
Yeah.
not as many pickoffs. The bases are, it's creating more offense, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
But
No,
also,
it's-
like, I will enjoy a nice pitcher's goal every once in a while.
100%.
Yeah, like game one of this World Series we just saw.
Yeah.
A 1-0 game that was a
Cade
pitcher's
Dell.
goal. I mean, it was amazing.
Cade Dell.
But speaking of the bigger bases, how did you feel first year implementation full time of the extra base at first base? Because they did it in the postseason
Yeah, they
last
did
year
in
to
the
start, which
postseason
was
last
very
year.
odd. You're going to bring a whole new base, a whole new rule into the game during the postseason, the most important time of the year.
Mhm. I
Very
think-
odd, but this year they implemented it the whole way.
Here's my thing about it. Yes, it does make plays at first safer because we have to run in our own lane. But whenever you're coming back, let's say you accidentally like step into fair territory, you can't go back to that bag. You have to touch the actual first base bag.
Right.
And I saw a couple times this year of like people like, let's say they hit a single, but like they had to bust it down the line, and it's an infield single, but then they come back and they're on the green bag, and the first baseman has the ball and tags them, and they're out.
Yeah.
So
Like,
what
that's
was
I thought.
Do you remember that game? I forget who it was, but it was a game where guy ran. He was hustling out a infield single and touched the white bag, and was safe.
He got
And
called safe.
and was called safe, but it was coming back to the bag and got tagged, and he got called out
Yeah.
because he didn't touch the green bag. But he called him safe initially.
I do remember. I don't remember the game specifically, but I know
I
exactly
don't.
what
Yeah,
you're talking
because
about.
we looked
Because
it up
the
and all.
rules
I thought it
said
might have
you-
been North Carolina.
If you're going down the line, you got to touch the green bag, and he did.
Unless the throw takes the first baseman to the green bag, then you can touch the other one.
which is typically just a
Drop
block-
third,
yeah,
drop third strike, or a bunt,
Mhm.
or something
Yeah.
like something that takes a pass ball. Well, no, not so drop third strike. Really,
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a,
Is
like
really
a
the only
bunt that's like the third baseman's coming in, the throw is going to automatically go
to
toward
that
the-
side.
Right.
towards
and
that
if the
side.
first baseman has to switch, he can switch on the fly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But at that point, you got a runner running. I mean, say it's a bang bang play, you got a runner running to the green bag, and he just all of a sudden sees the switch, the first baseman switch,
Mhm.
and now he has to
mentally
train-
switch.
Yeah, he can't he can't run into the first baseman on the green bag. He has to switch to the white bag, and it's just
Like during the fall, like during
Yeah,
our
it's
fall,
the rule of it's
during
crazy.
our fall inter squads. My biggest thing was I would just hit the middle. I would just hit the middle.
yeah.
because like
I wonder how that would go
You
if
touch
you
both.
touch
I'm
both.
touching
You
both.
touch both. Yeah.
I'm
So-
curious. I'm curious how that would like be ruled.
Well,
like
you hit,
in a,
you
in
hit
a
both of them,
legit.
so you're
hit both.
you're hitting the green. And see, that's where like you could play the gray area conversation,
Mhm.
right? And I think baseball still has a lot of gray area, even with all this technology coming
Oh,
into
absolutely.
play. But I'm not a fan of the green base. I don't like it.
It
I
kinda-
get it makes it play safe, but whenever that bag is in play,
You're talking 20% of plays, maybe. I think less than that, like 10% of plays.
I was at one. It was the Little Rock game in the Supers,
Mhm.
the first one
The regional.
or the regional, yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy, he had hit a ball in the gap
Mm-hmm.
that DC had cut off really good, and they had a back pick, I guess is what you call it, at first base.
Yeah.
Well, he overslid the bag, which is what happens every time a guy slides in college baseball nowadays. I've never understood why the leg has to catch the back of the base and you can't just grab it when you slide in. But he hugs the green bag, and obviously umpire calls him safe. Jones keeps the tag on him, and he's not touching the white bag at all. And it's boom, he's out.
Yeah.
And everybody, I got 2 or 3 people sitting next to me. Why is he out? Why is he out? He was back first. I said, yeah, but he's on the green bag. Green bag's not in play anymore. Once you go
Once you
past it,
it's
it's out of
not-
play.
yeah.
It's not in play.
And if it's
anymore.
not a single, if it's a double, the white bag's in play.
exactly
Right? So you hit a ball in a gap
Mhm.
and you're rounding first, you touch an inside corner of the bag like you should.
Yeah.
And you're going towards second. And I don't know, my whole thing is how does that happen? Like how do they not say it? So say you do, well, I don't know. You'd be out
Well,
anyway.
it's
Fuck it.
just
I
like-
don't, it
it's-
doesn't
I
matter.
don't know.
It's just like the Arkansas game at the World Series this past week, right? Bassinger has a play deep backhand that he or throws behind the pitcher that's going to cover. Well, DC's running. He touches the green bag and then goes to second because it gets past the catcher, goes all the way backstop. The rule states to go to second, you got to touch the white bag.
Right.
But with this error, he didn't go back and touch the white bag. He just went to second.
Yeah.
And they didn't call nothing. He was safe at second, obviously. So it's like a gray area, and it's
the whole thing with it is just I don't know. I think like baseball's gotten too technical, way too technical.
Yeah.
Too analytical. Way too analytical.
And like all the technology, like the new torpedo bat.
What's that about?
That just means
that you cannot get the bat through the zone.
Yes. Like
that's absolutely what that means.
And like
you need a wider barrel.
I bought one the other day because my dad just wanted me to screw around with it.
Right.
All that other shit.
Understood.
And like I bought it. I swung it a couple times. Like, I hate this damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't get jammed, I hit shit off the end. I hate it.
Right. Yeah. You get the bat through the zone.
Yeah.
And you get it there quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a very inside swing though.
I
you don't get extended early.
No.
You get extended at which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. 100%.
But a lot of guys kind of get extended early before contact. You're very inside of your
that's
swing.
called casting.
That's
you're not supposed to do that.
You don't, but people are successful with that.
Well, with the torpedo bats for sure.
The way I swing is yes, this is tight, but I don't really pull with my front elbow.
Right.
I kind of just turn the barrel behind. So, like, look up Aaron Judge's.
Yeah, I was just about to say Aaron Judge on deck is always.
Yeah.
He's doing these
every time.
Turning the barrel, so his barrel literally stays like this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a little forward, and then does this.
Yeah.
It makes a C. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not going to cast my hands out here.
Right.
I'm going to keep it tight to where it stays on one plane.
Yeah. That's, as it should. In my opinion, yeah.
It keeps the bat in the zone.
Right.
For forever.
Right.
So I don't give a shit if you're throwing 120.
So, like growing up.
The barrel in the zone, you're throwing 120.
Right.
I'm going to hit.
My chances of hitting are higher.
Yeah, it's a lot higher.
Yeah. I always listen to Barry Bonds talk whenever I can because Barry Bonds is probably the greatest hitter of not
that guy
all.
Can throw 120 miles an hour. Catcher still has to catch it.
Yeah.
And all I did was turn
the bat into a glove.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he says. And it's he said when
somebody
somebody
tries to catch the ball.
He said when somebody throws me a ball, I catch it.
Yep.
He said I'm just doing the same thing just with a bat.
Yep.
And it's so when you put it like that, it's so simple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why wasn't this knowledge around when I was playing? Not that it would have made a fucking difference.
It kind of was, but wasn't.
Well, it was, but at the same time, Barry was playing, and he was under a lot of scrutiny for some needle use, and look,
it's a good way to put it.
I don't care.
People hate on Barry Bonds for using steroids. Who doesn't love 500-foot homers?
Thank you.
Everybody was using steroids.
To me, he's the greatest hitter ever.
Still hit 500-foot homers.
100%.
I don't give a shit if you took steroids, didn't take steroids. If you could hit 500-foot homers, who cares?
A-Rod, fucking
Josh Hamilton.
Look
what he did.
Josh Hamilton had a little bit.
He wasn't on juice, but he was on something else.
Yes.
He was on something else.
Yeah, he was on something else, but
he was still using a needle.
Well,
but yeah. Yeah,
I mean, dude,
but still hit 32 home runs in the old format.
Look at the Judges
home run derby
and the Stantons of today's world.
Yeah, but Stanton
Judge hit a ball 495.
Yeah,
he's all natty. I mean, I wish I was 6'6", 280, but
100%. Yeah, I just 6'6", 280.
O'Neal Cruz hit a ball like 121 off the bat couple weeks ago. Yeah,
Cags
hit one.
It was 121 in minor league in the minors. Yeah, and it was
AAA.
With a wood bat.
Cags breaks into the bigs and goes 0 for 5, but every ball he hit was 105 or better.
Yeah.
And went 0 for 5.
And then I think next game he played,
he went 4 for 4 or 4 for 5 or some shit like that.
Like 2 homers.
It's crazy.
Cags is just an anomaly. Cags was insane.
I love watching him play baseball.
Who's the guy for the Pirates? O'Neal Cruz?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, he hit one. It was one.
He broke the StatCast record
Yeah.
123 off the bat.
But this brings us back to our point of analytics have gotten way too fucking deep.
We should know this.
Yeah,
I don't even know spin rate of every fastball and every curveball that leaves the hand.
No,
like great.
I mean,
it's
some
spinning at
things.
3,000 RPMs.
Some, and you can probably explain this better, but some things.
TrackMan. Let's use TrackMan here because everybody uses.
We use it on the golf course.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we I can't afford one.
I was about to say we do not.
We do not, but they have one at Golf Suites.
Yeah,
if you haven't been to Golf Suites,
dude. Golf Suites all the time.
We used to go every Tuesday because it's half off.
Actually, start going on Tuesday.
Yep.
But I have a game.
You got a game.
But no, like if you're gonna use TrackMan, don't use it during the game.
Correct.
Use it in training sessions.
Yeah.
Like LSU, like there's literally one like right below where it says Skip Bertman Field.
Right.
And like you can go on Twitter right now, and there's going to be every homer that's ever been hit at the box since that TrackMan's been up is on Twitter.
What is that?
Well, they
what
post
is that page?
Baseball data.
Yeah,
LSU baseball
data posted after every home run hit.
So you run our Twitter page. Yeah. I'm so glad you said Twitter. Thank God, because every time
I'm guessing you run the Instagram page.
No,
I do.
He does. He's
Facebook only.
Yeah, I'm Facebook only.
But I make the majority of the posts.
There's a reason behind that, and we're not going to get into it right now. But yes, there's a reason behind why I don't. Well, no.
He didn't get canceled. He got another C word.
It's a, I don't know. Let's just say it was a mutual agreement between me and my wife that I get off of those two pages.
Okay.
Let's just put it there.
That's fine.
Yeah. I can explain in depth off camera.
Off camera.
Yeah. But no, me and him, we get in an argument all the time because he says,
no, it's a running joke. I will always say, whenever we close out,
follow us on X.
Follow us on Facebook, X, and then I'll pause and he'll just go Twitter.
Yeah.
It's just like a running joke.
It's not X.
I wait for him to say Twitter before I start saying stuff again.
You can't call something Twitter for years and years and years and go, hey, it's called X.
Hey, Elon, it's X.
Yeah.
What? You don't make tweets no more. You make posts.
Yeah. Well, you do post with everything else. That's why Twitter was different.
Yeah. That's why it's different. Correct.
I'm not on it, so it's fine.
So ever since I grew up and, ever since I got a phone, like first iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Twitter.
Yep.
And it's a little blue bird.
Yeah, little blue bird. And now it's just.
That's just X marks the spot. It is what
every time I get like a notification on Twitter, I go.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was a tweet. It's supposed to tweet. It's supposed to do that.
And now it doesn't.
Hey,
what the hell, Elon?
Yeah, I agree, but I do want to talk about this. We saw it in the championship game. We saw it yesterday. The umpire show. Okay.
Oh, the me show. It happens everywhere.
Dude,
I love that. The me show. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You go out to a Texas Collegiate League game, you come to a Root game, you're going to see it.
It's crazy. It's insane.
Especially when we're away. Oh my Christ. we were at Seguin, and our head coach, we had a runner on third, extra innings against the Seguin River Monsters. They suck. But extra innings because our pitching staff.
That's fair. Okay. That's a fair assumption.
But that's baseball. Anybody can beat anybody on every given day.
That's right. But we have a runner on second because we're in the top 10. Buddy gets bunted over to third. Or no, single. So single, first and third. Double play. This run's supposed to score. They're in double play. Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
This guy scores. They send him back to third because the shortstop says, oh, the guy sliding into second obstructed my throw.
Wait, the shortstop said it?
Uh-huh.
And the umpire just was like, oh, yeah, he said it. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's the me show, dude.
So
he goes back to third.
Hold on.
So we get a single hit through. And then he scores anyway. So, like, the baseball gods know that you're...
Yeah, ball don't lie.
Yeah.
Ball don't lie.
Game knows.
Yeah. That's crazy. I've never seen that.
But before that, before the single, our coaches, like, give him the umpire in the field, like, living hell.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then gets tossed and then just goes on for the next, like, 5 minutes. And I'm like, I'm from dugout saying, Get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because, and we know it because my dad taught this to us. My dad coached youth baseball for 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he was all about, like, let's play the game the right way with the right rules. My dad always knew the rule book from front to back.
So there was no shit talking on your team. I'm sorry.
No. No, buddy.
There was definitely that, yeah.
Buddy, Dad, look, if there was an umpire that was ever wrong, he would go out to argue with the rule book.
Yeah.
Okay, this is that guy. Like Dad would go out there and he'd pull out his rule book that he kept in his fucking pocket
I
for
was
some
about to
reason.
say he coached the game with the rule book.
Oh,
in his back
100%.
pocket.
And would literally go right there. And he
You're
would
wrong.
he's
because of this.
He's been ejected so many times because he would go up with the correct rule and show the umpire, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you're gone." And he'd be like, "For what? Being right? Like,
Yes.
I'm trying to be right." And then he would go and
Appeal it.
and well,
To
he'd
the
appeal,
tournament
he'd
director.
protest,
Yeah.
he'd protest because he is right. The tournament director, which he knew, he knew
He
every
probably knew every single one.
every
of them
single one of them.
because he got tossed so many damn times.
Absolutely, dude. I still
It got to a point where
27,
Oh,
age 14.
100%.
it
It got to the point where he would never pull it out, and he would just quote the page.
Yeah.
And
And
then it'd be like, "Do you want to see?"
he'd get thrown out, and the rule director would come up to him and be like, "We know, Brian, you were right. You're not suspended the next game. You can still
Yeah.
coach." Like,
Oh, 100%. Because it's the same rule how like college baseball is, and I think MLB is the same way. If you get ejected, MLB might not be
What?
the same way.
I don't.
If you get ejected, you get a 1-game suspension after that ejection.
It just depends on how the argument goes.
No, the
So Coastal coach got
Coastal
a
coach-
3-game suspension because he got 1, and then 1 for the
tossing, and
and then 2 for excessive arguing.
I thought it was only 2.
So I thought it was 2 added on to the 1
Uh-huh.
because it's an automatic 1 if
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
ejected.
Yeah.
I know it's 1 because he got ejected.
Right, and then I'm almost positive.
It's 3 total.
3 total.
It's 3 total.
Well, Jay got
the
ejected this year, and I don't think he missed a game.
he
didn't, but he didn't excessive argue
That's true.
or have the assistant coach get tossed either, because I'm pretty sure college rule is assistant coach goes, you're gone
I
too.
want to
Head
look that
coach.
up honestly.
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I read today
Player
because
gets tossed, head coach is gone as well.
yeah, and the assistant coach same
Mhm.
deal. That assistant coach, first base coach, got 4 games
Dude, I
because
just
he got tossed and then continued arguing
Mhm.
after the head coach had already got
Mhm.
tossed.
so this is this was the
Man,
question
crazy.
essentially. Like, dude, that was unreal in the first inning.
Yeah, first inning.
The first inning,
arguing balls and strikes, buddy back there is still trying to get comfortable.
right?
And we're arguing balls and fucking.
And now also I found out that the home plate umpire got banned from umpiring MLB games because of his hot temper and his quick trigger.
Oh, so it's Angel Hernandez.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Something about that name.
yeah.
He's got the same name.
Is it?
It's Angel Campos though.
Same shit.
Oh.
So instead of Angel, it's Angel.
It's same shit.
On him. Same
But
shit.
dude, he threw Cam Canarella last year of Clemson when they were walking off the field. They got an out somewhere in the plate, or
Wasn't that the game where like 5 players got ejected or some shit?
it might have been. But Cam was coming off the field and he said something to the guy that just got out at second base, and the umpire followed him. Same guy, Angel Campos or whatever the hell his name is, followed him
remember
to the
watching that.
dugout.
Mhm.
It was like, you can't say that. And after he got to the dugout, I was like, you're gone. You could have tossed him while he was on the field, but you followed him
All the way
from
to the
second base. Yeah, he was a second base umpire. From second base all the way, or midfield umpire. I don't know what they're actually called, but
Okay, so
To
Schilling
the dugout.
is likely to be suspended for 3 games, 1 for the ejection and 2 for the prolonged arguing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is 3 total.
yeah, it's
Okay,
3
3
total. And the assistant got 4 total.
That's crazy.
Dude,
I'll
and that does carry
But,
the next
but
year.
so
Yeah, it
so
carries over to next
but
year.
so also if the umpire would have told Jay to get back in the dugout, Jay would have said, "Hey, look, I'm just trying to ask a question," because he did say that. Like he
This is exactly what happened in Danny Dickinson's situation.
Mhm.
yes.
Danny,
Yes.
got called for leaning in.
Yeah.
We'll
he
call
turned
it what it is.
Which was horseshit because they called it a fucking it wasn't called for Coastal.
The next game, yeah.
And it was the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
And they overturned it, and Jay came out of the dugout and he said, I want to ask a question. You can read his lips. I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question. They didn't let him. He goes back in the post-game presser. He says, I know what the rule is. Once you get a warning, you can't come out and keep arguing it, especially after a review.
Mm-hmm.
My team needs me for these next games.
Yeah.
And it, you know,
But Jay just wanted to ask a question.
I think Schnall was more trying to fire his team up than anything. I really believe so.
but again, you do it in the fourth or fifth whenever you're
Right.
down.
No,
You don't
I
do it
agree.
in the
I agree.
first.
Yeah.
But he told him he missed 3 calls and then kept telling him that he missed 3 calls and then got warned and then kept telling him he missed 3 calls and then got tossed.
Yeah.
And then why did I get tossed?
Buddy,
Well,
Dude,
but
in like
you
the
went
fourth,
on and on and on.
if I had to,
in like the fourth or fifth inning, they finally showed the umpire during this whole situation, the home plate umpire, Campos or whatever.
yeah.
They finally showed him, and he pointed like stay in the dugout 4
Yeah,
or 5 times
yeah.
to him, and he kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And when you get aggressive with an umpire like that, that's it. It don't matter what the situation is.
Yeah.
Like you already got your warning, but if you get aggressive like that from the bat, you're getting
Yeah,
tossed.
for sure.
He gave that's the thing that pisses me off. All these people on X are out here. Oh, this is so unwarranted. You don't
Twitter.
do this shit in the College World Series. You got to know. Don't make this game about you. Blah blah blah. Dude, he got 5 or 6 like stand out,
100%.
Yeah.
and he kept charging. Like this is completely warranted.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What
100%.
happened.
100%.
Umpires
It
also
sucks.
do make it all about themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
It's like you said, it's the me show.
show.
Yep.
I mean, we had an umpire. You remember Sarge? He's the
No,
older guy.
I don't. But I
We
remember
called it-
Ted,
We called him Sarge. I don't even know his name, but we called him Sarge because we knew every
old guy,
game,
white hair.
Yep, we
That was
knew
Ted.
every game.
He
that
was
we
about
had
this
him.
tall.
Yeah, we always called him Sarge. He
Dude,
had
we
to
called
be
him-
in charge, and we was like, "Oh, he's the sergeant of the field." Like,
This son of a bitch blinked.
Like,
He
he's
blinked
Sarge.
every time a ball was thrown. Like, dude, he never knew what a ball and strike. The catcher could literally jump up, catch, come down, and hold it here,
As long
and
as
he
it
go
was in the zone.
Oh.
strike.
100%. If you could frame 100%, everything's a strike.
dude,
The pitcher might have thrown 5 balls in an entire game. Like it was insane.
Oh yeah, we just called him Sarge.
I do want to talk about it. You probably have some talking points too, but I do want to ask because you have
We
done
have
it.
the same notes.
I know, but you probably want to ask a little bit more questions. I do want to ask. You've done it twice.
Mhm.
How does the transfer portal work? We are very curious to hear firsthand of how to enter and how to get out.
And,
So-
and especially in this new era, right? You used to, before this whole thing started, where you can essentially transfer every year, is what it seems like. You used to be able to do it once, almost freely. They would still certain time. I think it was in conference. They
If you
penalized
transferred
you
in conference,
a year,
yeah, you'd have to
you'd
sit
have
a
to
year.
sit out. But now it's kind of like a free range deal.
Yeah.
It's what it seems like, at least. I mean, is that true? Not true? Kind of true? Gray area?
No, that's true. I mean, really, the way the portal works is anybody can go anywhere. You enter by asking. Well, you enter through compliance, through your compliance office at your school. That's how you enter. You have to watch a video. It's stupid. The video literally is a waste of your time. You get asked 5 questions. You can get them all wrong. You memorize the answers. You can literally read the question. Okay, this is the answer. Go back in, retake the thing, rewatch the video, retake it. You're in the portal. That's how it works.
So it's one of those like never fail.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah.
And then like obviously your head coach has
Crazy.
to. Your head coach has to say, yes, I agree with you going in the portal. And then
Wow.
with NIL.
So head coach can turn that down.
Well, actually, no.
Okay.
Head coach can turn down. The head coach can turn down. Whether you can leave at that time or not.
Okay. Okay.
But he does it is like signing off. Like, yes, you can leave the team now.
okay.
Like so,
Gotcha.
say for instance, like you. So you entered the portal June 2nd,
Mhm.
right? And
First
this
day.
was so it's the first day of the portal,
opening.
right? Which was the championship game of
regional.
the regional.
Yes.
Yes. So Jay could have told you, "Hey man, look, we might need you."
He did.
Okay. Okay.
He told me.
We'll kind of get it, not too much.
Yeah,
in depth.
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
we don't.
But
wanna,
no, he did tell me that. He did tell me like, hey, like you might be needed. So if you're playing summer ball, like you need to come back, like we're gonna need you back. Like that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I understand like what the circumstances.
Absolutely.
Of what I'm doing.
Yes.
Because that was the thing that we talked about kind of before we started recording was, obviously you left, you're with Rougarou now, doing your summer thing,
Gearing up for Southeastern. Gearing up for Southeastern.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, 2-3 days later, McPaul enters the transfer portal. And he's with LSU even through the championship run.
For sure.
Right? He's in Omaha with them, dressed out, still warming up with right field, left field, whatever dugout you're in at the time.
Yeah.
He's still doing the thing. So you had the option of still dressing out, being there every single day if you wanted to. And even if, as you just said, you joined Rougarou and if they needed you back, you could have still went back.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool.
That's okay. But so as far as, transfer portal, like what was your decision like transferring to Southeastern?
Really, I had a couple options, whether it was to go to Southeastern, ASU, which he's wearing Devils.
Well, that was the team I coached.
That's the Ascension Sun Devils.
I know, but
yes.
It looks the same.
Jerseys,
Wait,
it looks the same.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wait, Arizona State? Not a bad pickup.
I talked to Arizona State for a while. I got a couple smaller schools, but I mean, just talking to Coach Barbier and really getting to understand what they're trying to build at Southeastern. You know how many wins Southeastern had this year? 37, something like that.
Yeah.
How many what?
30, how many wins?
37 wins this year.
Oh, they had a great year.
Yeah.
A great year.
Yeah.
And just last year, you
played
played LSU into extras at Southeastern.
Yeah. And they play in a great conference too. A winnable conference for sure.
The Southland Conference is
it's nice.
You got
Nichols, you got Northwestern, Lamar, Southeastern, obviously,
Mississippi, Southern Miss.
Yeah,
but they're Conference USA.
Southern Miss is not in the Southland.
They're Conference USA.
Yeah,
let me pull it up.
Is what it seemed, actually, yeah, that seemed right.
And then, but
we're just balling over here.
Hey, nobody's missed yet, all right?
There's
we miss one or two.
Well, there's sometimes where I just go, hey, and go old hook shot without looking. It's pretty nice. Let's see.
I don't really remember who
Hammond. Dude, just the fact that you're going to Hammond, America, is solid, dude. So Southeastern actually won the conference last year.
Yeah. The fact that they didn't get in a regional last year.
So we talked about it.
Crazy.
We talked about it, and the fact that them and Troy were left out.
Which I have friends that play on Troy. And
dude,
is that a team that you got to talk to? Or
no, I didn't get to talk to Troy, but Reed Broussard, he's an outfielder. He went to Live Oak.
Okay, Broussard, Louis.
That sounds very familiar.
That sounds very familiar, but he's young.
Yeah,
you got to remember, we're old.
No, I know, but it sounds. I mean, dude, the kids that I coached are in college right now as a freshman. Like, still kids. Now, granted, I coached for 11 years. You had
I had 4. I had 4
under your belt.
Yeah, I had 4 years under my belt.
Yeah. So, kind of going into the transfer portal, since we're talking about it,
do you want to hear the teams?
I would actually like to hear who's.
Okay, so Southeastern, obviously. UTRGV, and we're gonna get in that in a second because
RGV.
I don't know who the fuck they were, but
the hell is that?
They tied Southeastern in the standings in conference play. By the way, Lamar, Northwestern State, McNeese.
McNeese, forgot about them.
HCU,
Cowboys.
I assume is Houston Christian.
Yeah.
A&M Corpus Christi, UNO, Nichols.
UNO.
Is UL?
No, UL's in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, Sun Belt Conference.
Yeah, Sun Belt, Fun Belt.
That's the Water Hose Boys.
Yes. SFA. Don't know who the fuck. And UIW. That's Indiana Wilmington.
No, in Corner Word.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Who the fuck is this? UTRG.
SFA is they're a purple. It's purple is their color. But beside the point.
UTRG.
I'm looking at shit up. How does it work? Like obviously we see guys.
Got it. Gosh, sorry. University of Texas Rio Grande Valley.
There you go.
Okay.
And they tied Southeastern in conference play. 22-8.
We'll wax that ass later.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the thing.
We'll wax that ass later.
Absolutely.
I cannot wait to watch that game.
So obviously we see a lot of guys get on X and they post,
Twitter. Thank you, Twitter.
Yes. They get on there and they're like, I'm so and so. My height's this, weight's this. I'm fastball at 94 to 96.
So
I'm
basically,
this, yeah.
that's like them trying to post their brand. And
It's almost like
what they're bringing to the table for the school.
Well, it's almost like a football huddle account,
yes,
essentially.
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So we see that, but obviously you didn't do this.
Mhm.
So what is kind of the steps to finding a Southeastern, to finding an Arizona State? Is it them reaching out to you? Is it you reaching out to them? Is it mutual discussion that maybe they reached out to Jay Johnson and was like, hey, we saw he entered the portal. What's his phone number? How can we contact him? What's his character like? What's his game like?
Whenever you enter the portal, you actually have to enter your phone number. Like that's like a must.
Yeah.
Okay.
You enter your phone number. Some people do it on DMs of Twitter. Like I got a DM from, because it's not actually Twitter.
Thank you.
On Twitter,
Stephen F. Austin is FSA.
There you go.
Sorry, I
got DMs from Tulane.
Right.
Let me actually pull it up so I can be correct here.
There you go. I love it.
So I can be correct here.
But it's more the school reaching out to you.
Yeah.
Is there schools that you reach out to that you're super interested in? You maybe see a senior catcher that's moving along. And
let me rephrase that. Have you reached out to schools?
Coming from
and you again don't have to answer.
No, I my sophomore year at Meridian, like after that freshman year, like my redshirt freshman year, I did reach back out to Coach Johnson, like saying, hey, here's what I did. Because whenever I left my freshman year, you said the door will always be open.
Right.
Because I see your talent.
Yeah.
And so whenever my freshman year was done, I sent him all that. But then I also had Oklahoma coming at me also. But, I mean, I just had fun with it, you know.
Oklahoma's stealing people.
But
no, it didn't really work out for him. But
that was Jay's first year.
Yeah, Jay's first year.
Were you already committed before he got hired, and you just kind of stayed on that commit, or he came get you?
I guess did he recruit you, or did Maneri recruit you?
He recruited me.
He did.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Okay, funny.
That's awesome.
Story here. So I was supposed to get drafted.
Okay.
And I was expected to go within day 2 and day 3.
Out of high school.
Out of high school,
right.
Correct.
Got it.
Day 2 rolls. Well, I watched day 1, whatever. Day 2 rolls, nothing. I get a text from a scout that I know of the Dodgers, Benny Latino, great guy, saying, hey, Coach Johnson's about to call you within the next 20 minutes. It's 11. I'm about to go to bed. So I'm like sitting by my phone. No, I was playing Angry Birds at the time. I was like, I still had
big Angry Birds guy, dude.
I still had Angry Birds on my phone.
Hell yeah!
And then, like, I get the phone call. He asked me to come tour campus on Thursday, so I went and toured campus. And as any good Louisiana boy, LSU is the dream spot.
100%,
100%. Yeah,
LSU is the dream spot. So I went. I enjoyed my time. I didn't even give a shit about the whole tour.
No,
I just wanted to say Alex Box.
Yeah, I was going to say you got the text. It's like, hey, come to campus, and it was
wanted
to joy.
Yeah. You wanted to see it from ground level,
yeah.
right? And as we all do.
And then 2 days later, after talking to my family, I already made up my mind. I was saying, screw Meridian. I'm going to LSU, but it didn't work out. I went to Meridian. Past 2 years, came back, didn't work out again. And now I feel like I've actually found this place that gives a shit about who I am and what I bring to the table. Not saying Coach Johnson didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to throw hate on him because he's done a lot for me. He's done a lot for me and my family. But it just didn't work out. And that's how it goes. Right. But back to your question of since I got on Twitter.
Thank you. Yes.
It
is Twitter.
We had DBU.
Ooh.
That would have been sick. But hey, Southeastern's good as any other school.
We had DBU.
Cannot wait.
Tulane. And then that's all Twitter wrote. ASU, Southeastern. UNO reached out. And then like some small D2s and D2s.
I don't want to.
Maine reached out and I'm like, yeah.
You didn't want to go to Maine?
Fuck. Yeah, I want to go freeze my dick off, buddy.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, we had snow this past year.
Yeah,
We
we
did.
did.
We
Guess
did.
what? I still have pictures from it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I'll
I
never
was-
delete 'em.
Amazing.
I was
I'll
at
never
work.
delete 'em.
I got snowed in.
Yeah,
Fuck
he's
that.
at the plant.
Oh, yeah.
So he was 24 hours at the plant.
Yeah,
so.
I was.
Also, forget the last two. UL and Oklahoma.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
So Oklahoma still came back after.
Yeah.
Once you enter. Oh, dude, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Hell yeah.
you got it. You got it all. It's all there, dude. It's all there, and it's up to you to grab it. Obviously, right? And dude, with the mentality that you have about the game and all, and like you modeling your swing pretty much after Aaron Judge. I mean, from what you just told us, coming
Right.
here with it and making a C, like it's shit that we love to hear. Especially coming from, like, look, I went to Dutchtown, he went to EA, boo him, and all, but
well, Live
I went to BRCC, then went to Nichols.
exactly, yeah.
Live will be with both y'all's asses.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm not there anymore, and neither is he. So
Hey, neither am I.
I live in Prairieville High School District. I'm okay with that. Brand new high school. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If me
That
and the wife
looks
had
like
kids,
a college campus. I don't know if you've seen it right down the street, but
Dude.
it looks like a college campus.
look on your ride home. What I
Unbelievable.
want you to do on your ride home,
Oh, here we go.
out the neighborhood, take a right. At the next light, take a right, and on your right there will be coming straight. There'll be a roundabout, but right before the roundabout is the brand new high school. And buddy, the renovations they did to fucking Live Oak, the baseball and football field and all that shit facility. Just
It's
stare
impressive.
to your right,
Okay.
and you'll see. You ever seen River Parish Community College? RPCC. It's in. They got one in
Sorrento.
Gonzales. They got one in.
Sorrento.
Plaquemine, I believe. No, it's not in Sorrento anymore. It's in Gonzales. That's where I went. Old Gonzales University. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Yeah.
That's
Hey,
where
look,
I went to.
I started the underwater basket weaving team over there,
Oh, here we go.
and
with this.
I was
All right.
as a freshman.
Next question.
I was all conference as a freshman.
This
It was
podcast
great.
has heard the underwater basket weaving team too many times.
I tried to. You think I'm lying? I did. I was
Show me the trophy and I'll believe you about that.
It's underneath there somewhere.
Show him the baseball bat. We'll call
Wait,
that the
you know what I
trophy.
do want to show him? I want you to tell me if this is me or not.
Oh God, I don't know where this is going. Oh my Jesus!
picture.
I want you to tell me if that's me or not. I mean, 100%, it is me. But
Yeah, I can see it.
dude,
But
so
you look like a homeless man.
100%.
That
Just
has a.
you were there that day.
I
Yeah.
was there.
So that's my picture. So you were there
That's
that
when we
day.
coached together.
Yeah,
that was the one
that
year we
was the
together.
1 year we coached together.
Yeah.
And I had just got out of the Navy, and I said, I am growing my hair and my beard out for an entire year.
That was 1 year later.
No, that wasn't a year later.
No,
that
That's
was
the
less than a
sad
year.
part. I was, oh man, I had
A
pictures.
year later, we were at the World Series, and he let
I let all the kids cut my
he
hair
let
off.
all the boys
Oh.
cut all
Yeah.
of his hair off.
Yeah, I've done it twice.
Pretty
Well,
insane.
I'm sorry. The second time they were going to do it, but we went over. We went over 4. 0 and 4, I
That's
believe,
when we started drinking.
in the World Series. This was my so I coached 10s, 11. So 11-year-old year.
Mhm.
I ended up growing my hair out again and wanted to let the kids shave it off. But then they got in an argument. We went 0 and 4, lost out of the World Series, and I said, you know what? Fuck y'all, I'm going home. And I went home. I went home and my dad cut my hair off. Oh, it was not. Yeah, we didn't have a fun time. But anyway, love those kids. Still love them to this
Oh
day.
yeah, absolutely.
Great
times.
Do you want to?
I want to go to the last one real quick, but we got really 2 more main
Mhm.
questions for you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go to the last one real quick. So you kind of talked about, Jay said, doors always open.
Mhm.
You want to come back. Obviously, at Meridian, you go 357 your first year, 377 your first year, 24 total homers in those
Mhm.
2 years. Just absolutely light it up. As we said, fall, you go 370 batting average, something like that with LSU, 12 homers, second on team BA, first on team homers. How does it work out whenever you feel like you're at the top of your game, essentially, and you get a guy like the number one player or number two player in Texas, number one catcher in Kate Aaron Beatty that commits, right? And then you get a guy in top catcher transfer portal, Luis Hernandez, that commits. Are you coming back to LSU before, during, after they commit? Like, kind of what's the time frame there?
I came back. I committed to LSU in the fall of my sophomore year at Meridian. And then, played whatever that season. And then I actually got to go. I was on the USA JUCO team that went to Amsterdam.
I did see that.
Yep.
I showed him a video of them announcing that on the news.
Yeah. I got to go do that, which was stupid fun. Really fucking fun.
We
Pretty
can
awesome,
we can talk more about Amsterdam offline if you would like to. I would like to.
He probably wants to hear about the damn red light district, and I went once. That's probably what
I don't want to say too much. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah.
But so once I got back from Amsterdam, I got to I went straight to school.
Yeah.
And started working out. I had a summer class to do. I started working out with Chris Martin wasn't there at the time. Her name's shit. Can't think of it right now.
Sorry.
But
It's okay.
She's our strength coach for our volleyball team and the cheer team. So worked out with her and then went straight into fall ball.
Yeah.
Chris Martin, 6'15" lifts. I wanted to kill him, but got to do what you got to do.
It's college baseball.
I was like 2 of them. On the
Understood.
On the record.
Yeah, on the record.
On the
Understood.
record.
We're good.
She was you said the volleyball strength coach?
Yeah, it's
Volleyball
not
and cheer.
I'm gonna find it. Go ahead. Keep
Can't
talking.
think of it right now. But really just I got after it in the fall. Obviously I hit 360, I think 10 homers, 12 homers, something like that. Shows you how much I paid attention.
Yeah, I mean, you said earlier you're not a numbers guy.
No,
obviously coming in here talking about sport,
Yeah,
talking about
I
baseball, we get numbers and
Yeah. But and then
Ashley Kowalski or Katie Guillory?
Katie, I think so.
Katie Guillory?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me find.
Thanks for getting our guy right here. That's all that matters.
No.
No.
Uh-uh.
Okay, hang on.
Hold up.
Let me pull up.
We'll click
Go back. Right there. Look up Ashley Kowalski.
Yeah, AK.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
AK.
Yeah. There we go.
AK.
There you go.
We got
Ashley
her, AK.
Kowalski.
That's a badass woman.
Hell yeah.
She fucked your shit up.
Probably.
Real quick.
100%.
Real quick.
There's a lot of people out there that would.
No.
Let's get that
She's
straight right now.
No. She's 5'2". And
That's
It was
Okay.
just beat some ass or something. Huh?
just real quick. My cousin,
Oh, here
Jana St. Germain, she was
Oh, yeah.
on the LSU powerlifting team.
uh,
And when I tell you would fuck anybody's up, she was 5 foot even and won a national championship as a powerlifter, right, at LSU. And then also joined the Air Force as an officer, went to Alaska, and now she holds a PR, actually a state record in Alaska for powerlifting in I want to say clean and snatch, or clean and jerk, one of those. But she holds an Alaska state record for
That's
powerlifting.
awesome.
Yeah, so trust me, those little women don't scare me. They don't. They don't. They should, but they don't.
But no, I mean, in the fall, had a great time, did my thing, and then coming back, really just I kind of got off to a slow start, and the other two kind of jumped out in front of me. But I think for me personally, it was just me trying to not really. I didn't put enough pressure, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
After the fall, I was like, all right, I'm top dog.
Yeah.
Catch up.
Okay.
And then coming back, I was like, yeah.
And it's kind of like one of those things where, we didn't talk about your stats in the fall already. Rightfully so that you have that feeling, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you did what you did. You're second on team batting average in the fall, first on team in homers in the fall. Just absolutely crushed it.
Mhm.
And so, taking that break off during the Christmas and New Year season and everything, and then you start getting back into the training sessions and stuff. And as you said, what's unfortunate is that those guys have seemed to, or at the time have seemed to take the leap over you, which was, we hated it. Like I said, I can't tell you the amount of times we came on here and talked about you and your stats. And I told you that whenever I met you at the golf tournament, it's just, we were pulling for you so hard to just get in there. It's like, man, why is he not getting even a midweek start? Because obviously we know Jay, right? He's been there for 4 years. Jay has always relied on having.
Don't know him personally.
Yeah,
but
we know his coaching ways. We know his coaching ways. He's going to go righty-lefty matchup, lefty-righty matchup. He's going to do it offensively and defensively. He's going to rotate the catchers all the time, just like he did with the big three that he had last year, the three-headed monster that was there last year. And we said, you know what? He's
Neil, Milazzo, and Terinsky.
Yeah. And that he had for a couple of years. And it's one of those things where we're sitting here on a Wednesday after watching the midweek, and we're like, dude, why can't we even get a midweek start from him? Like, why is this a 8th inning defensive replacement that might get the at bat in the 8th or 9th? Obviously,
but we did tell ourselves this year also
we weren't going to question.
We would not question Jay.
We had a lot of discussion last year about why you do this, why I do that. This don't make sense. This don't make sense.
Yeah.
And we came here at the beginning of the year. It's like, our goal is to not question Jay, but off camera, we're sitting here like, man, can Blaise please get some PT? Like,
can this guy play? Please?
Yeah.
Because we had known what you did in the fall. And it's like, you don't do those numbers facing the Schmitties of the world and the Cades and the Ants and the Shoresies and these guys that were, Schmitty didn't really get his moment.
Newt, bro.
Dude, Jay Newt.
Jaden.
That was a guy that I was pulling for all year long. Like, when he did get his moment, sure, he might have struggled in the first inning, but so did Ant for the majority of the year.
Yeah.
And Jay
it went to about halfway through the season where he was like, Ant, I apologize. I apologize. You are that guy.
SEC, it was third SEC weekend when I came on here and was like, okay, you have shown me enough to where, like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
100%. He apologized.
My me. But still, even the Jaden Newts of the world, whenever he got his midweek starts, you'd get 5-6 out of Jaden and give up 2, and it was only in the first inning that we had seen all year long. And it was just one of those things like, man, we want Blaise to get his PT. So, I'm hoping, and I know both of us are hoping that, and obviously you, going to Southeastern, you get 90% of the time back there and you get your opportunity. Obviously when you look at certain numbers of Rougarou, and you've mentioned this already, the batting average don't look good, but the homers, the RBIs are off the chart. Yeah. Right? It's leading the summer league. At what is it, 5-6 teams in the league that y'all play?
6 teams in the league.
So,
OBP's way up there. I got 24. I got 24 walks.
Yeah.
They don't want to pitch to you, bud.
No, I get a lot of sliders and breaking balls. It's also why I have 20 punchies. But
well,
you get a lot of Jared Jones at bats.
Yeah.
Sliders, breakers, change ups, sweepers, whatever the hell we want to call them.
100%. Yeah, well, we've had arguments about that too. Yeah. Between sweepers and curveballs and like what they should be fucking called. Because like growing up, you had a curveball and a slider.
Yeah. Now you got changes.
Yeah, kick change, the new thing this year. It's crazy.
Kick changes.
It's insane.
Sliders, bullet spin sliders, like a bullet spin slider. You know what it is? It's a cutter. Woo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a cutter.
That got introduced in the World Series last year when Garrett Cole was on the mound. Oh, he throws this bullet spin slider only 6% of the time.
Did you
but
see?
When he does, it gets whiffed on 90% of the time or some nuts. It's like, bro, it's a 94 mile an hour cutter. Yeah.
Brewers rookie pitcher
Jacob Mizorowski or
yes,
something like
did you see the 96 mile an hour slider he threw?
Yeah,
that folded
put him on his ass.
That folded the batter. I forget what the hell.
Yes. Put him on his ass.
Dude.
It was disgusting.
Disgusting.
So look, we're almost an hour in, which is kind of where we wanted to be. I told you hour to an hour 15.
Hour 15.
We don't want to take up too much of your time, but we do have one more thing for you.
All right, what you got?
And it's the big world as of last year of the NIL situation. How does NIL work? I don't know what deals you have or anything like that, but how does it? You don't have any NIL?
Same.
Zero.
Same.
Deals.
Yeah, us either.
Same.
0 deals.
I hate to tell you, but we can't offer anything except a good time and a beer, dude. But,
yeah. If you wanted more beer, you could have as much as you want. But that is it. That's all we have.
So one of those. Okay, so you have.
We
you
were
don't
looking
have it.
for
That's-
golf
I
suites
don't.
to
I
sponsor.
didn't get
Sucks.
any deals, but like the school can pay you.
now
Yeah, now the school
as of
can
like
pay you.
a month ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But, like,
$20.5 million to spread between all sports for each school is what they said.
yes,
But NIL deals aren't included in that.
correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So like Raising Canes,
Like
James,
Ty
Bill
Graves,
Cairo,
Gordon.
Greystone.
Greystone, Gordon McKernan, Charles Harvey over there at Southern Medical.
Yeah.
Like
We saw Danny Dickinson going for Chipotle.
Chipotle.
He had an interview. He was like, "Man, I eat Chipotle more than anybody. Please give me an IL deal, something like that." I mean,
Old Danny,
Eat
old
Federal
Danny Dix.
Credit Union. I know a couple of those.
That's the bank I have.
is it something that like you try to reach out to people and they just say yes or no,
Or they
do
come to you?
I've reached out to people. I'm trying to work with one with Go Cairo right now. It's kind of just like it's building your own brand. Like that's what it's really about. It's like me personally, like I want to do Go Cairo because Go Cairo's like I go there 4 times a week. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
for fuck's sakes, like
Right.
I go get my shit popped every single day.
Absolutely.
And so like that's
Please
really
sponsor me.
yeah, like please. But like I mean, and like Oshner, like you can get one Oshner. I mean, hell, Kate Anderson has one fucking sunscreen.
He
CVS,
probably
yeah.
needs it.
Yeah.
At CVS.
When Chris Reed was there, he probably needed it as well.
So do you find yourself like, are you getting more calls? Are you getting more, being that you are,
as a smaller, as a guy that didn't really get any much playing time, like it's kind of hard to get like people, like companies calling me compared to if like me reaching out to them.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. I reach out to more companies than I get phone calls back, which sucks, but it's how shit plays out. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how it is. But NIL is really just people that try to like Paul Skeens, Dylan Cruz probably made more money in NIL than they do right now in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at somebody, LSU brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at a girl like Livy Dunn.
Okay.
I mean, the
millionaire.
Yeah. Outside of Bronny James, before he became a college athlete, she was the highest paid collegiate athlete in the country. And, making $3.6 million reportedly.
Mm-hmm.
That was the highest paid sports athlete in the country,
Mm-hmm.
including baseball, football, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, all the things. Livy Dunn was the highest paid one. And so, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I get NIL, they're trying to keep kids in college longer.
Mm-hmm.
That was really the main purpose of it.
Main purpose of it.
Man, I feel bad asking the question now.
No, dude, look.
Don't feel bad.
Hold on.
It's just one of those things where, we're trying to get more information from somebody that's living the college ranks.
Mm-hmm.
And, hopefully we'll go into next year where Southeastern puts game 1 out and we see Blaise Priester in the 3 or 4 hole as the starting catcher on a Friday night. And then we see it again Saturday and Sunday. And we see it for 6, 8, 10, 12, the whole season weeks long. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, hell, you look at the Rue got hit in the 4 hole yesterday.
You've been hitting the 4 hole all year.
Yeah,
don't worry, I've been keeping up. Been hitting the 4 hole all year. I mean, it's one of those things where it. Well, now I feel bad. I really do feel bad asking the question, because I would have bet that you had a deal. But I mean, mostly because of LSU brand. Secondly, because now you're going to a place where obviously you should feel like the top guy. You should be the top guy going up in there. And
like I'm not the top guy.
Absolutely.
100%.
But it's still getting that a sponsor or a NIL deal's name behind you that you can go on social media. You can promote this brand. You can promote this company or whatever the case may be, to where they gain a little more following or they get 1 or 2.
We need like a real American. Like I think you should get a beer deal. Honestly,
see, I would if it wouldn't be the biggest fucking red flag to any professional GM.
Right, 100%.
Right.
Like
But
I would get Miller Lite right here.
See, and I wish if you'd have just told us that, we'd have had some.
Oh yeah, we'd
Right
have
there
It's
for you.
fine. It's fine. I'm just saying, I would get Miller Lite as a NIL sponsor, but guess what? It's the biggest red flag to any fucking MLB GM.
It seems like a Livingston
see,
Parish thing,
it's
though.
so funny,
I feel
though.
like a LP Miller Lite is
But it's
just
so
better
funny
than
that
any other
that you
Parish
mentioned
Miller Lite.
MLB GMs, because what's the first thing you do after you win your World Series or whatever?
And just
You pop champagne, you
Well,
pop Budweiser.
Yeah, it is Budweiser, which I don't understand.
Yeah, you can only get
that
about 2 or 3 of
tradition.
them down. I don't know.
That's
It's
Bud
just-
Heavies.
Oh, Bud
Yeah,
Heavies.
no.
Bud
But
Heavies
dude,
are.
you look at a guy like I think it was Smiley Kaufman.
Bud Heavies
Comes
are
out
great.
Come out of LSU as a golfer, and he's sitting on a big old thing of Natty Lights.
Who's the same bird?
No,
Same
Smiley
bird.
Kaufman, I think is who it was. I don't think it was Sam.
Oh,
I've seen that.
But he's sitting on a bit. That was his first deal out of college was Natty Lights. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
Off
have
the
any more
wall,
questions
too, bud.
for on air. If we want to sit and talk for a few after.
I
but-
mean, look, we're an hour and 5 in, but
Yeah.
I mean, I could ask a couple more questions, but I feel like our guest is he's I feel like he just wants to have a conversation. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like
He just wants to talk without the mic on. Like,
right. So, and
For a
we
little
can
while.
look, and we can do whatever you want, but look,
No,
like I
if
said,
you got more questions, ask them, please.
oh man, okay,
Just don't ask for me to take off my pants.
I can't. Fuck, let me delete that question out of here.
Take that one off the list.
Yeah, let me take that one off the list. Look,
Speaking of small bladder stuff here. Oh, look, I'm going to take my headphones off.
Jace,
I normally do.
Jace has to piss at least twice an episode sometimes.
Lies.
Okay, well,
Lies.
pet the dogs while you're out there. I do have a question. I do have one question, and then we'll go ahead and we'll call this quits.
All right.
From Meridian Community College, like, dude, we saw 2 monster home runs. There's a whole YouTube short on you hitting 2 monster home runs. One of them, which you pimped the shit out of, right? And the other one, it was a grand slam, and you demolished that ball, dude. And they were both hangers,
Mhm.
right? So my question originally, right, was deciding to, obviously you had to leave Meridian,
Mhm.
because you're a sophomore in 2-year college.
Yeah.
That was my question originally. Like, what was the conversation with Jay before committing, which you can't answer, but then also, I don't know the feeling of seeing a hanger and just demolishing that ball.
You don't feel it. You literally like.
It's just another BP day.
No. I wouldn't say it's another BP day. I would say more of like you're swinging.
Hands washed, no worries.
Thank God. I guess I don't
You're-
care.
Like the swing's just there,
Right.
and all you don't feel it off the bat. You don't feel you don't hear the sound. You just watch the ball launch. I
Yeah.
hit one the other day. You go look on Facebook, please, and put it on this screen.
Okay. I got you.
What
Give me a
up,
second.
Wait, we're talking about homers? How about the one
Yeah.
you hit versus Meridian?
So that's the
Meridian?
one I just talked about.
And you bat flip? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you got the salute Selly as you're coming into the plate.
Yeah. You go to Facebook, look up Joshua Priester. It's a homer of me against the Gumbo Gators this year in our summer league.
Hold on. Looking it up.
Are you gonna mirror it to the?
It's already mirrored. I just have to drag it over.
See if you can find it.
No, remember how we put the College World Series bracket on here? You're gonna put it
Yeah.
on here?
No, I can. Give me a second.
Whatever you want to do.
Let me look it up first.
It's your show. We're just here.
I'm sorry. It's our
We're
show.
on your time.
It's our show,
We're
asshole.
on your damn time, son.
Okay.
Your time.
Joshua Priester
That is my father. Yes. And then if you like this to go faster,
lives in Watson
hand me.
here, and it's
It's a blue field.
a blue field. Is it
What does
on
that mean?
his?
Let me see.
Okay.
Give me the damn computer.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Watch the water. What the hell? What the hell has my father been fucking posting?
A lot. That's why I had to scroll down quite a bit.
How long ago was this?
Not long. That was the walk-off. It is on yours?
Oh, it is on yours?
It's on hers, too.
Okay, well, then search it at the top.
there it
Bingo!
is. Found it.
All right, give it here.
Coach,
Give it
mirror
back.
this thing. Let's go.
Give it
Let's
back.
show the
All right,
people
there
the
you go.
homer.
There you go.
Okay.
I knew it was on Dad's. I didn't remember if you
All right.
posted it or
So let me go yonder.
not. Yonder.
All right. Let's go share, screen, window, Facebook,
It's coming. It's coming. Calm
share.
down. It's coming.
Okay.
Pull her over.
What the
No, make it full screen.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh,
Figure it out.
Yes, sir.
Full screen.
For the Baton
They
Rouge
played-
Blaise Priester.
They played Justin Bieber during this, which is even funnier.
dude, check out the blue batter's box, though.
That's at McNeese,
Oh,
bro.
shit. Wait, hold on.
It's at McNeese.
Hold on. Because it's telling me on this, click to exit full screen. Okay, so what we're going to do is
I'm just going to blow it up a little bit.
That's
blow it
fine.
up just a hair. All right.
This is what it feels like to hit a hanging breaking ball.
Oh, yes.
That's what it feels like to hit a hanging breaking ball.
Oh, my God.
He sat on that.
Nobody moved.
Southeastern, get ready.
Nobody
He
moved.
Get ready, boys.
got most all of that one. And
He got
flew
most of
over
all
to
of
the
that
far
one.
side in left field.
Oh, my
Just
God.
saying,
Dude,
that-
ball
that's-
So,
crushed.
dude, so
That is
hold on.
awesome.
I do want to
Oh
go let's about here. Actually, wait. All right, so what are you thinking here?
what I'm
So
getting
this
in the
is
box,
this is the top of the third.
Mhm.
This is obviously not your first at bat.
Up by 2.
No, this is no.
Your second at bat.
This is my second at bat.
Right. So your first at bat, what did you see? Is
Four-
it same
four
guy?
Sliders, 4 sliders, and I flew out to center field.
Same guy though?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you waiting on something?
sitting on a
You're
slider.
sitting on off
I'm
speed.
sitting
Yeah,
on a
100%.
slider.
Okay. So right here, hey, I'm digging in. I'm digging in and I'm about to fuck this shit up.
Yeah.
And first pitch.
My whole thing in the box is do damage and murder.
Buddy.
You did damage. That ball had a family.
Buddy.
I just think murder.
That ball-
That's it.
That ball
had a
was
family.
100% launched.
So what was it off the bat? Like 190?
It was
190?
It was 108 miles an hour,
At a
34
Do you
degree
care-
launch
do you-
angle.
30 degrees.
do you give a shit about launch angle or anything like
No.
that?
I
No,
don't.
He just gets in the box and he says, murder.
100%.
I mean, there ain't no other way to
I'm
put
sorry.
Yeah.
On a live.
it. Yeah.
On a live.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That ball was hitting 100. The only reason I know this is because somebody told me. It was hit at 108 miles an hour, 30 degrees of launch, and went 437 feet.
Man, that barely cleared the fence, I tell you.
That's the only reason I know.
Jesus Christ.
ball's
That ball
hit.
was smashed.
Yeah.
I've never hit the one that hard.
No.
I have 2 home runs in my entire life. They're both in 8th grade.
And we played
Playing
the
for St. Teresa.
and we
middle.
played in the BESR era.
Oh, the Beezers?
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my freshman year I had an Easton SV12.
Them
And
things are hot.
dude,
Hot.
the red
Red one.
so it was silver barrel,
Yep.
but it had the red like connection piece.
Uh-huh.
Dude, that bat was insane.
It was
the
like
next-
the orange and blue compact stuff.
So,
when it came
but
out.
my sophomore year, we had the we went to BB Corps,
Yeah.
and I had the Nike MC2, I believe,
Oh, was it white or red?
white. The red one was hot.
Really hot.
The red one was hot, but then the white one was fucking insane. 32.29, and I
He a little baby. He's one of 32.
I did 100%.
What you swing? You
100
34, 31, huh?
That's only 34.
I was probably 5'11", and I
Before he
weighed
grew up.
$140.
Okay.
Okay. My license, I remember my permit said 5'9" or
Oh,
5'10", 135. And when I graduated high school,
Oh, there's the
Jesus,
first miss.
see, there's a miss right there.
Damn it.
But no, when I graduated high school, I was 6 foot even, and I was I think 145. I gained 10 pounds in 4 years, and then joined the Navy and gained 20 pounds. No, 15
Probably
pounds.
about 2 weeks.
8 weeks. I gained. It was 15 pounds. I was 160
Yeah.
when I got out of boot camp, and then now I'm 205
Of beer.
of beer.
Yeah.
I'm a machine, but this is peak male physique right here. Right here. This is it.
Big dad bod coming in.
This
right
is it.
there.
100%. No, man. But look, this has been a
I've had
blast.
a blast, dude.
Well, also wait, hold on.
It's-
One more thing, and I hope you don't mind. But I did ask you, and you can answer if you want to. If not, committing from MCC to LSU, back to LSU.
Okay.
What was that conversation like?
It was really just like me and Coach Johnson talking about the year I had, and really just in like
Because obviously he said the numbers, and they were fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like at MCC, they were insane.
And so, like, me just talking to, like, Coach Johnson and really saying of how much of a need we were for a catcher at the time. Obviously, Cater and Beatty have already committed to us and to LSU. And really, Luis wasn't even in the picture yet, really. It's really so having to, like, just hearing that and also having Oklahoma really high on the ranking was tough. And,
Yeah.
like, I really had to like sit down and talk, like really sit down and talk to family, and
Yeah.
that's what made it so much easier for me, was talking to the people that support me and understanding that, okay, this can go one of two ways, and we hope it goes the right way.
Right.
And it didn't, and I kind of did the same thing this last time when it came to committing to Southeastern. Really, just talking to the support system. I have 1 year left.
Yeah.
Talking to everybody that supports me, I have 1 year left, and I need to go where I'm going to go and be a dog.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be
You got
the
it.
top dog.
You gotta
Right.
put the work in, brother.
Mhm.
Got to put it in.
I ain't going to start by drinking beer, though.
Well, no, it normally ends by drinking beer.
Bingo.
It normally ends. And look, buddy, you can join us any fucking time you want.
Yeah, you
You have
more than
been a
welcome.
blast.
I mean,
You have been amazing, just answering questions and literally just having a conversation.
Mhm.
And that's what this podcast is all about. We're sitting here and all we're doing is just talking. It's not hard hitting questions. We're not trying to dig into your past or any
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we're just talking.
it's very
Mm-hmm.
open-ended stuff, and it's something that we've been wanting for a long time, is to have a name here, right?
Mhm.
Like, and
Yeah.
obviously you're associated with LSU once, LSU twice, Meridian once, and now going to Southeastern. Like,
Yeah.
What you bring to us, what you bring here is a lot of knowledge, and that's
Yeah.
something that we want, is firsthand knowledge. And dude, I'm telling you, I can't tell you, when I talked to you at the golf tournament,
Mhm.
and I mentioned that, hey, look, me and my buddy got a podcast. We've been pulling for you
I
all
said,
year.
hell yeah, let's roll.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I told him. I said, I called him and I was like, dude, he stopped me and was like, I want to be on it. I was like, and I got to do everything I can to not be all fanboyish, because I hate that shit.
Oh
I
no,
can't
fuck
stand
that.
it.
I would have been like, buddy, let's do it.
He said yes.
Can you come today? Can you come today?
Yeah, he would have got a phone number. He would have been like full fangirl.
Oh yeah, you would have hated me.
Dude, it's just
100%.
one of those things where I really had to not act surprised, right? Because I don't want to be that guy. I hate seeing it and I hate doing it. And
You had to
whenever
be like,
you said, like, dude, I want to be on it, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. Like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. And then, obviously message you and you're like, hell yeah, I'm on. And I'm like, okay, well, look, if you don't want to drive down, we got the app.
Fuck the app.
And you're like, no, fuck
the app.
Exactly. You're like, fuck
the
downloading the
app.
app. I want to be there in person. And it's just like, it makes it so much more realistic.
yeah.
And I mean, for the last 2 weeks, me and him have been sitting up in here a few times. And before we start, we're like, bro, we got something to look forward to in a couple of weeks. Like, it's game time.
We've been excited.
It's-
When he told me you were coming today, and he told me about what it was like a week and a half ago or something like that, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like it's one of those things like Santa's coming. You know what I mean? But like you don't. You don't believe it.
It's just
right?
so exciting for us is to
Santa's
have.
real, kids.
Yeah.
Kids, if you're listening, get your parents' permission. We are not kid friendly, but also kids. Listen to what this man says.
Yeah.
This man
In the bad path. And
the bad path
swing
with everything like that, and just getting ready for an excellent season of college baseball.
Yeah.
And now look, don't feel pressured. Okay. We're going to be following.
Okay.
All right. We're going to be following. And also, again, during the season, you got an off day or whatever, you feel like coming on, shoot us a text.
Oh, well,
Shoot us a text.
I'll shoot you just a text.
Yeah, shoot Jace a text, and we'll go, hey, we got another Blaise Priester
dude,
episode.
I mean, anytime. It's been so much fun being on here with you, and I'm glad you haven't been so just, oh, he told me an hour and 15. We're an hour and 20 in right now. So
This
gotta
is
leave,
normal.
gotta go.
This is normal for us, by the way.
It's
It's fine.
just one of those things where it's been so nice having you here and just being able to talk shop and being able to be open about it. And, hopefully you didn't feel too bogged down with some of the questions.
No, not at all.
We try to keep it as free and open range talking as we can. Like I said, we're very unfiltered. You cuss, drink, do whatever you want to do on here without getting canceled. But
and even if we do, we're not. You
know
what I mean? Like,
it's just one of those things, dude. It's been such an honor to have you here. We appreciate you coming on for sure. I opened up, Coach. You want to take us out, and then we'll
kind of
Blaise, talk a little bit after.
It's been a hell of a day. Honestly, this whole day it's been great.
He woke up this morning. Blaise is coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I woke up this morning. I pissed excellence. You know what I mean? So with that being said, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Follow us on all the socials. Do what you got to do. We don't give a fuck. This has been Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered.